Hello, how you doing? This is King Theodore. I'm here to talk to you today about what I think God wants me to tell you, and that's how to rebuild a better society by being kind to one another and respecting one another. And I think if you do these things, oppression will end. First, I'm gonna do something that's very simple to you, but I think it is a very complex thing if you look at what it is. And that's say the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, ours, who lives in heaven, holy is your name. Let your kingdom come. That's mighty. That's why I say there's going to be a lot of glory and honor coming with Jesus when he comes back. Let your kingdom come. Let your will be done, just like Jesus told you before, that's what he wanted to do, is die for you because he was on assignment to do this thing. So let your kingdom come. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Pretty complex if you think of it that way. Give us today our daily bread and forgive us of our sins the way we forgive those who sin against us. And we have to remember that we have to forgive people of their sins the way they forgive, the way God, we have to forgive them so God will forgive us. In other words, lead us not into temptation, so don't deceive people, play all this silly stuff. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Be our helper. For you're the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Now, okay, I'm going to tell you about that. I see so many people going to jail. I see more people in prison in America than there is anywhere in the world. This is what they've been saying. This is facts. People are going to jail. The police are known as people that really want to, I think they've watched Cops too much and just are infatuated with hurting people. That's why I think some of them are. Some of them honestly are doing their job because they're just righteous people. They're not all satanic devil worshiping, blood drinking people. Neither am I a police. I've never been in the police. I've been a 4-year veteran of active duty at the 3rd Infantry Division in the Army. I enlisted when I was 17, got out when I was 21. That's how I paid for college. I'm going to tell you, listen, we have been our own worst enemy as black people. Why? Because people are sick of you bothering them, pestering them, and once they get to their staff, once they get to their scepter, which that's, I don't know, that could be a platoon sergeant in the Army, that could be a dentist, a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a preacher, whatever the case may be, engineer. There's a lot of y'all extremely talented. I think the majority of y'all have at least 120 IQ, at least. So stop playing stupid with me because I know this is what you do and you've been killing us for a very long time. So I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you. Hey, this is to have fun. Don't be getting mad on the TV. I'm going to talk to you about rankings. People I've told this to on the line, that is, a lot of times. You have lords in my eyes. This is what I look at, a lord. If I met a fireman today, a police officer, or my district attorney, or somebody that works at UPS, somebody that's the post office man, I consider them lords. Why? Because they're literally doing the right thing. If they were a hired hitman, they had the opportunity to kill me a whole lot of times, and they never even did it. So I'm just gonna tell you, I look at you as a lord. You have princes. These are people that I think that are in college. I guess in the black community, you would call them a house nigger. Yeah, but they're righteous. You have some that aren't. Of course you know that. It's everywhere you go. You have some that are, some that are righteous, and you have so many people that run the streets, they're righteous out there, and they see you and they expect you to be like one of their adversaries. And I'm not your adversary. I just enjoy seeing my people, well, clearly not in a bad state, because most of the people, like I say, once they get their scepter, you don't see them unless they're at work. They really don't hang out with you much unless you know them. There's like a network, but whatever. Um. Here we go. Like I said before, and of course you have kings. These are the people that you work for. You know, they have big time businesses. They have conglomerates. You work for these people. Even the CEO works for a king. And okay. There's no ranking. People don't respect, love one another. They make it almost impossible to meet one another. And people are saying, well, why don't you get a job? You know, I have one. I've had one, you know, and the thing is, my thing is, it's so difficult for people that have came back from war, okay, that are traumatized throughout life to get a break, because these people have been entitled. That means they've been cheered and applauded, and you have been booed your whole life, and everybody's just booing you, and you're sick of being booed. You're sick of that. Like, you are so sick and tired of people being negative with you, and it's almost like people are saying, well, just do this one little thing so we can get him locked up. And there are people that are like that. You know? We don't want to go to jail. You have never went to jail. You never fought in war. You've never been in a real fight. You never got a spanking as a child. We don't need your advice. Like, you don't know how to run anything. You just look at people as a chess piece. Oh, he lost. And you never get on the board. But nevertheless, I know a lot of you are saying, whatever. I'm just going to give you a couple examples of some things that I was coming up with. And I wanted to share this with you. See how kind I am? I could be evil and never even put you on game like a lot of you people do. But I'm not a coward. I don't want your position. I don't probably even want to be your friend. I'm trying to help you out in life so you can have an easier thing sought up. And I'm sure that everybody takes this information and takes this advice. Great things will happen in society. Why? Because people get what you get, especially if you're a controller. You get satisfaction, and you see that people are angry, and well, forget about them. And they worked their whole life, and it's another 10-year period before they get here, and then you're not even there. So this person said, these people are not wanted no more. I'm the cool new guy. The other guy got fired because he was an idiot. Yeah. All right, well, check it. Rankings need to be bestowed. You know, we need our people in society to be squeaky clean. We don't need these little bumps that, I thought, and I was wrong for that, and then you sail off in the sunset. That's why we don't like you. We don't like you, and we don't like you. And I've noticed myself, I don't hate white people, but I don't like any of y'all. You know, I don't like white people. I don't like black people, a lot of y'all, because you make it very difficult, even when you see there's talent, for somebody to flourish. Because you're 40, 50 years old. You can't live the way I'm going to live as a young person because you're an idiot, or you had the thing that I'm talking about right now. And if this is some sort of initiation to live a life that's dull and full of losers around me, guys, I forsook the code. That means I forsook. I don't want to be bothered with this. Like I said before, now these are the things I was talking about. Well, you say, well, how is this even, first there's pain in life. See, the woman, of course, goes through pain in labor, which we even try to numb that now with epidural. And I've never gave birth to a baby. I'm not a female, so I would never have to go through that. That's punishment from God. So that's how it started. Pain. How did it start? This is what I'm asking you right now. What did you get traumatized by as a child? And why does it continue? Okay, if you're past that point in your life, why does it continue? You get what I'm saying? Like, why are you continuing to be hurt about the way your parents did you? Because I've came from child abuse. I've fought in war. I went to a difficult college and was it was well over my head with society because people, I'm trying to get, I know you're trying to get there. You're at a good college. Oh, geez. But, whatever. I don't think you guys get how foolish you are. And I'm sick and tired of the good people dying and you people still here and we don't care for you. All right. This is what happens. How it started. How did being a prince, how did it start? Did you see your father walk out on your mother? Did you see your father beat on your mother? Did you never have a chance to spend time with your parents? Was your parents on drugs? This is a personal thing. Make a mind map. Look it up. What is a mind map? And make it. And just write this stuff. You might come up with a book or something. I don't know what, or something, okay? Now, this is the next point. How did it continue? Like once the trauma stopped, how did it continue? Was it because people pestered you? Was it because you had an overwhelming experience because nobody ever hurt you no more? See, this is something I'm wondering. Because some people like me used to get beat a lot and they're angry. Some people get beat so much, just like me, even more, and they're just happy, to be gone. I guess it's because I never was, hey, we're not going to hit you. 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 All right. How does it continue? Well, people were pestering me. I always thought that somebody was going to fight me. No, we're not going to hit you. No, we're not going to steal from you. No, we're not going to see you introduce you to a girl just so I can take her from you. We're not going to do this. We're not going to set you up for failure. Why did the pain continue from that point on? It's a difficult question for a lot of you people because you have to trigger some very emotional things. Pride. What? Well, I'm sorry. Pride. This is what I'm going to tell you. You got to take pride in yourself. Did you have too much pride because of nobody respect you? Did you have too much pride because you failed and had to get back up and nobody helped you? And now you don't care for people? If you're had pride, did you have to fall from being great? Saw how it was when you got down, nobody cared about you, got back up. How does it, you get what I'm saying? How are you handling your pride in these issues? So once again, how are you handling your pride when it comes to people respecting you? How are you handling your pride if you know that you got humbled and have to fall? And how are you handling your pride when you get back up? That's a three-way thing. That's three different things. It means, okay, respecting society now, or once you get up, respecting society. You being up there and then you fall, respecting society now, or you get back up there and you say, respecting society. This is throughout life. You might have never failed. You might have never got back up. These are just questions I want you to think about. Okay. Now, this is the next thing I want you to think about. Pride. Wanting to be something in life. How much pride did you put in what you wanted to be? LeBron James puts a lot of pride in being that good. Mayweather, Adrian Peterson, Ben Carson, Obama, Jesse Jackson, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Steve Harvey. A lot of these people, we might not like everything about them, but the same thing is, we know this. God has blessed his people. Now, we saw these people do what they're supposed to do in life. They went through, like they said, Jordan couldn't hoop at first. Even though I don't really believe that. I mean, who would ever believe that, right? This is what we're saying. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you now. How did the pride hit them? Then you got to understand, this is you from the beginning. See, these people know, and I know, but I don't know through their eyes and through their life, but I know that just because somebody has a car, a home, they were always that person before. Maybe they got more leeway to do what they want and lost a little bit of discipline, but it's never the truth that somebody completely rejects their core values. Never. If see me, I have been taught to do things right, to be a perfectionist, to be polite. I feel bad when I go off on people, to be honest with you. You would say I'm the good guy, I'm the nice guy, but honestly, put it this way. If I could have two choices of jobs, I would rather be, and you say, well, we're going to make you either a CEO or the general of the 82nd Airborne Division. Which one would you want to be? Well, you would probably say, man, I can make a whole lot of money. And then well, man, that's a good idea, Mr. Rich Man. I can make a whole lot of money and hire my own army too. But I'm talking about to have a literal thing like that for a year and a half. I think I would go with the general. But, hey, corporate, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Some people say, man, you would miss out for real. But hey, I'm not fit enough to do that. I would rather be around people that I know that are literally gonna die every day in that mind. And I think that experience would be more valuable. But the money is tempting, isn't it? All right. Am I losing you? Hopefully I'm not. Okay. How do you make me respect you? This means, for a lady, what have you done? Well, you're a lady, don't be mean to me. That's all you have to do a lot. If they are being foolish with you, just don't speak to them. But don't treat everybody like that. Just say, hi, how are you doing? It's that simple. People that are out there, we know how you were when you were a little child. We didn't just forget about that. We know that a lot of people's family members were in jail. I know this. I know they were in jail. I know they were on drugs. I don't hate you. Honestly, I'm going to tell you like this. I dislike some of y'all's ways. And sometimes I don't know if I'm going to die or not when I'm around you. And you play as if you're going to try to kill me. And people say, oh, we know him. We know. Well, I'm sick and tired of you people trying to make people look bad to boost your confidence. That's why we don't want to be around you. Like you yell and you're loud and when you play too much. When people come back from fighting for their lives and have to risk their life on a day-to-day basis, they just want to relax. That doesn't mean sit in the house like grandma, That means walk, have fun, have a life to where I can see I fought for that. Now I want to enjoy myself. It's almost like coming out of jail almost. But where's the structure? Now this guy's a Lord. That means he has your back. He will never kill you. That means I can invite you to go play ball in the gym. That means I could be your friend, your associate. That's all. You're like my brother in society. And then you see these people out in the streets doing all this stuff. It's like, I don't understand how to tell them to network with y'all. Because I know you like one another and you're friends with one another. But it's like you're afraid that somebody's going to take one another's job or something. Okay, a lady, this is how I look at a lady, okay? She has children. Now, if you're a fool and you ain't got none, I'm just going to be mean back. And I hate that because it's a reaction almost. Because I don't want to hate you, but some of y'all are just flat out mean. Now, when I see you with kids, you're automatically a lady. Stop hating people in front of your children. We can't even respect you as people because you're doing this stuff. Now I'm going to tell you, you say, well, man, thanks. I was raised to respect people. It's the 5th commandment. Thou shalt honor their father and their mother, so thy days will be long. That is the 5th commandment in the 10 commandments. Why don't you learn this stuff? This is a very simple matter. Now you say, well, hey, princess. This is the people that I look at as a princess. These are people that have scepters in society. What do you mean a scepter? What do you mean? I'm going to tell you. Somebody that's a manager somewhere. Somebody that's a doctor somewhere. Somebody that's they have a master's degree. Or want one. They want to take the next level in life. They have a doctorate degree. They have this degree. They have that. These people, you are not to, let me tell you, you are not to try a woman that you know that's a princess. You know why? Because you're going to humiliate somebody that's supposed to be respectable in society. Now, what is a princess to me? A princess is somebody that went to college. And if a college plus military, definitely a princess. Why? Because if she gets back in the military, she's going to be a captain or a major or a lieutenant colonel or let's say if they say you're all selected for martial law, you have to join the military. She's going to probably be a captain, a major, a lieutenant colonel one day. Even a general, 4-star general. There was a 4-star admiral in the Navy right now. There's a black woman. You know? She's that's a queen, low key. Once you get past colonel, you're a king in my sight. Because that's a lot of people's families members on the line right there. Now, okay. Now, this is something I think of a Lord and a lady. This is the church of Sardis, where it says, the Bible, it says according to the scripture in Revelation, the church of Sardis, where they always are faithful to the Lord. They always are faithful to the Lord. This is like Lazarus, you know. The dogs helped him. They wouldn't help him, but he went to heaven. The rich man went to hell. On another occasion, Jesus went and talked to Lazarus, and he woke up out of the dead. So those are 2 Lazaruses. Those must have been righteous people that really didn't amount to nothing in life because of whatever the case may be. Now, these people are good. They're not going to steal from you if you treat them well. If they probably don't know no better. And see, this is a big gap for our community. We are sick and tired of you playing this do you think I'm dumb game, but I'm actually smart. Like, let us know that you're intelligent from the jump. For real. We're sick and tired of this. We really are. I'm serious, man. Because I know you raised your kids. Hey, listen, ladies that are even military minded, JROTC. When I see your 21-year-old daughter, I look at her as a butter bar. I don't look at her as an E4. Now do you understand? I look at them as a lieutenant. That means when I see their children, I want to say yes ma'am to them. This is something you should be practicing. Beautiful and all that type of stuff. Your children just want to be around whoever thinks they're pretty right here. See, when you make somebody approach you like you should be saluted, then they got to respect you regardless. But like I've showed you before, I'm left-handed. Well, all right, I'm going to get back to this. This is something that is a big-time thing, Lords, once they get put on, ain't no telling how they'll act. Princes as well, degrees, military experience. They want to be something in life. They do what the Bible says. And we just don't want to be bothered with you if you don't. I don't care if you make $1 billion, dude. I wouldn't want to be Idi Amin's friend. I would want to talk to him and say, Idi, man, I hear that you're a pretty evil man. Let me give you some advice. And I would tell him what I'm telling you right now. And if he probably killed me, all right. Princes, princesses, this is something you have to understand. They need gifts, whether that's a good, comfortable job, whether that's people that's going to respect them, people that'll give them, a nice home. They are the successful people of society. They have to be rewarded. This is why people don't want to work. This is why people don't want to go to college. And this is why people are just raping your daughters just because they have a little bit of money and look cool, and they're not. They will never be there because maybe they should be there, but it's just not working out for them right now. It's just like Eddie Murphy, and that's how a lot of people feel. Like you're so good to be true. I feel like Eddie Murphy in Trading Places in the beginning. You remember how he's stealing stuff and then he breaks a $35,000 $16,000 vase that was $35,000. See, you just paid all that money for that. It was a potter somewhere in the hood somewhere. They could have made you that for $1,000. Yeah, she could. The Lords, I consider them giving them grace. Why? Because the majority of them have been brought up wrong. They did not have a shield from the entitled family where they could just do whatever they want and be a kid. And you see the same kid do that. You're saying, oh my God, he needs to stop. Because we're kind here, they're not over there. Why is that? Because there's no structure. A lot of us don't want to salute your commanders. Thanks to Walt Disney and all these other type of movies, we're programmed to look as white people as the outlet on life and overlook people like me. So from here on out, I'm going to wear this. Why? Because I feel sorry for you people out there that's getting killed every day. I don't care if you know how I look. This is just my showing respect for you. Alrighty. Listen. A prince must be told things. They must be given a chance to succeed, not to humiliate. They don't want to be humiliated. They don't want you to play with them all the time. They have big range of personalities. If you don't like them, it's best you just talk to them as if you're not their friend. Not as if you hate them, but just how people are. When they're just strictly business, talk to them that way. And then when you see, well, he's not like that. Don't try to go in B mode with a prince because, oh, I can. Then you're going to lose out on him and he's going to lose out on you. And you're not, princes are hard to come by. Princesses are probably, I guess. I don't know. A lot of them hate us in the first place. Who's going to really stand up for you? A princess is going to stand up for you. Why? Because she wants your respect. You cannot exploit a prince or a princess. That's the rule of the game. Ladies have to be obedient to a princess. The lords have to be obedient as well. They're the ones that put people on. And if you try them, it'll be problems. Because they'll either hate you or you'll have to look for somebody else like them and you know that you really like them. Okay. Most princes and princesses, you gotta understand, due to the environment, due to if people don't respect them, they're emotional, they are strong. That's why they go through all the stuff they went through. They're admirable, even though you don't give them their credit. You know, if you do them right, depending on the person, sky is the limit. Now we know that the Lord, due to limitations, their sky is not the limit. Why? Because they haven't been through enough. They understand the concept, and a lot of them are high intelligence, but they just don't care about anything else. And it's just, you don't tell them things. I would say a prince is the silver. If you got the gold, that's the king. He's the silver. You know, it went gold, silver, bronze, iron, clay on the iron toes. Most princes and princesses could take over. They have bars, as a lord would have stripes. So he's enlisted. You know? Princes, princesses, I would say from second lieutenant to colonel. You know? Suffers, but is strong. They have a lot of suffering. They're traumatic. They have traumas and phobias. You know, have to have respect. When you respect them, they'll go anywhere for you, and where their anointing is maximized. They want to feel fulfilled by helping folks. Every prince and princess wants to help people. It's just the way it is. Even to the death, they're royal. They will not care if you go. These are probably the people, when they invade a country, they'll probably have to kill, or they probably have to brainwash to the point, because especially if they're a different religion, they just won't want to listen to you. They have to have exposure, and they need pure guidance from a pure-hearted person that understands that these people are crazy. I've been around the block. I've seen crazy before. I don't think you're crazy. I think you're just mad and emotional. Could you tell me what you're mad about? And they'll tell you. It might even be long-winded. Well, listen, man. We want you. What do you like to do? I like to do this. I like to do that. And I like to do that. Well, look. You can go here to do that. You can go there to do this. And you can go there to do that. This is where you should go. They should be able to do that. You people don't even do that. That's why your parents are pleading with us to come to their like me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm always behind on the technology thing. I don't even carry my phone all the time. You know? This is why. I don't know. I just feel like for what I'm trying to accomplish, it's gonna take too much to do. Yeah. They need an outlet. This is the biggest thing about a prince. They need an outlet. Okay. A king. Oh, another thing, when I read that. A prince and a princess, you cannot be trying them and disrespecting them. These are people that are going to speak well of your companies. These are going to be people that speak well of you when you get they're not evil. They have a pure heart. It's just either they've been hurt, molested, raped, traumatized, all this type of stuff. Once you're a prince, you will never be anything else but a prince. You're saying this person is going to help a lot of people. That's what you're saying. Or he works for a king, or he's related to one. This is the thing that we're going to tell you. And I'm talking about for the black community. I need to know who my princes and who my princesses are. These are my peers, or some people that I'm supposed to be able to talk to and say, brother, could you please help me? Please help me. Could you just tell me where to go right now? Could you tell me this? And if they say, well, what do you need? And I tell them my bio quickly, and they tell them what I need. They can say, go here. This person needs you today. That's the power of a prince. But they don't have this type of ranking in society. Why is that? I don't know. Oh yeah. Here we go. They have traumatic experiences, some of them. Because some of them come from the church of Smyrna. That means the devil had anointing on them. He had them in jail for 10 years. They can go into captivity. They can get killed. That's why a lot of us are going to jail and prison, because we belong to the church of Smyrna. And people are, oh, well, he's bad, he's bad, he's bad. Oh, look at him. And you aren't even giving them a fair shake. So you're part of the problem, especially if you're in the Church of Philadelphia, because these are people that do right. God gives them a crown. Like, gives them a job to where they're needed. He helps them more than he helps you. You either had a good family, you had love, you had opportunities, you had these things because of your parents. And now you will never get killed because people will always take up for you. You'll be a judge or a district attorney, or you'll be somebody in society, somebody that makes music, somebody that's important at the church, somebody like that. You see what I'm saying? These are the things that I'm telling you. And you could just say, oh, well, I think he's bad because my preacher said. Did your preacher have to go through what he went through? You people are just saying, oh, when grandma was this, we were so poor. But you loved one another. You weren't abandoned, were you? No, this person doesn't even have a grandma. Oh, well, what are we to do? That's a goddamn shame, isn't it? Been in slavery for 400 years and you don't even know what the fuck to do? I don't care about your arrogance, motherfucker. Now, I completely forgot what I was going to tell you. A prince and a princess must be prepped before you use them. They're not aware of what's at the higher level, a lot of them. It's just like kids. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. And then when they get older, they did it, and then they realize why you told them not to do it, because they never were exposed to this type of stuff. They didn't know when the opportunity would come. They didn't know how they're going to try to slide it in on you. They didn't know what type of game they're going to run on you and how you're going to feel. This is just like and it's like once you let them go through it, you don't a lot of people don't request that. They say, stop, leave me alone, because they're nervous and anxious, and you're just making it more because they know that you're watching them right now. It's just like, I'm sure if people go play ball at the park by themselves, they can hit threes all day long. But if you got to go against Westbrook or Chris Paul, and you're in front of, let's say Chris Paul, and you got to play at the Staples Center, I think, and you got to play him one-on-one, it's way different. So what was I going to say? Yeah, you have to prep them. You have to say, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Especially military people, what the hell do you think you train people for? If you're in the goddamn military and you're sitting here saying, well, gee, I didn't know. Well, I'm doing it too. You're supposed to say, do this, do this, do this, do this, and do this. Why? Because this is what has to happen before this, and this. Oh, well, I don't want any of this. Well, get the fuck out of my face. You don't respect me. Show me where I'm respected. I like you, but I just want to irritate me? Would you got a problem with me? If it's yes, get that motherfucker away from you. And I'm sorry to curse, but this is getting out of line. You see how many people are dying up here because you guys have pride and you're sitting around smacking your mouth in people's face like a gay person, like a woman. You're sitting there popping your mouth and popping your gum like a little bitch. Like, get the fuck up. We did that in kindergarten. I'm 31 now. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now, this is something about a king. You can't force them. They're generals, or they command them. You know, they're afraid. If they're afraid, they need to vent or talk to people. What you gonna do? Oh, go through this. Go through. That's what the treatment people want. But we don't care about you. You just mess up, and we got our investment in him. What's the point of even having these people get their dream? Like, why are you letting them go to the studio? Why are you letting them release a mixtape and you know they're not good enough to even come to your label, and you just want these people to go down anyway? Like, you people are crazy, man. Your schemes to sell or whatever you're doing, maybe that's a metaphor, but at the same time, it's like you're putting people on the shelf that people will enjoy and love just because you want to maintain your power and position. Like, these people have to be gone. Like, we need an opposite network. We enjoy our people. We enjoy y'all. These people don't. And want you to be like them. You know, these are bosses. These are operators. These are communicators. They have no expectations, but they want everything advanced. They're they need perfection around them. They put people on. People say, well, you know what? This is what they say about a king and a prince or princess. They either say they're ahead of their time, or they say they have an old soul. And you got to understand how these people operate, and then you can see where they're best used. You know, at youth can be the very coolest people because they don't go through anything probably, or they went through enough and they've grown up. They're just really mature. They're proven warriors. They have proved themselves over and over. They need no honor. Like me, I'm not proven because you don't even know who the hell I am. You can tell them things that are true, and you know you can tell them things that are true, and it will make their followers hate you. You know, they cannot be evil. Hopefully they're pure, and they can stop violence. Most of them are financially stable. They consider a lot of people will die if morals are. They will consider a lot of people. They will also die if morals are disrespected, and if they are pure, don't disrespect them. They must be heard. Will vent. Will protect. And will kill people if they have to. These are your kings and queens. You know, the biggest thing that stops us from enjoying them are prison, money, image, naysayers. They're hard to calm down ahead, or they're either ahead or behind their time. They need to be left in the loop and rebuked if they're doing wrong. They have to be taught respect, and they have to give it out, and then everything will be fine. They must see peace because they will kill you. Kings kill kings. Now, this is something about the princes and princesses. They try hard. If you don't do them right, they will rebel. That's why a lot of you saying, well, man, all our ladies don't like us no more. They've rebelled. They don't care. They just want one thing. That's to go out, have a good time, eat, enjoy life, and have kids, and teach them how to be great. And most women will be good. If you get the ones that pester you all the time, make her go to school or something. If they already got a degree, make them do something tough. Take them somewhere so they can just shut up. Because if you got kids together, man, you don't need to they know what they're doing to get attention. Just make them go kayaking or something. Just go, make sure, this is a boy and girl scout meeting. Not, if you guys are the gala type of event, make it like a boy and girl scout meeting with your wife. You know, do something like that or something. I don't know, bro. I wish I could tell you. I honestly do, but at the same time, brother, I don't have the advice for that. The thing about a prince, they either have no army, no direction, or no respect due to them not being known, or their pride, and they will refuse to take your side if you humiliate them. You know, they promote themselves with love and happiness, peace and joy. Death before dishonor with them. Some of them will kneel, but if you're making them to be something permanent, they're going to rebel one of these days. They are hungry sometimes, but they're not a prostitute. You know, they have to be interviewed. They have to be taught before they interview. This is what we expect of you before we even bring you in. But this is what we need from you from the time being. This will be your compensation. This will be this. This will be that. Like a king or a prince has to tell a prince, listen, we don't hate you. We think you're worth this. This amount of your time was worth this. This is what we expect within this many attempts. We expect this, this tribe to be a welcoming. Then we expect this tribe to be, you're good. In this tribe, you should be cleaning up all the rough spots. And now you're sailing off in the sunset. You know? They have manners. But possibly they don't know how. That's why a lot of women say, you're just a nice guy, but you served in the military. You know how to kill. You served and went to college. This is what our parents, see, this is the thing with a lot of black women and black men. You want me to tell you? A lot of y'all love your kids so much. When you're a little kid, they love you. But when you're a grown man, they treat you like you're weak as hell. It's just like they just ignore you once you get 16 because you don't play football, because you don't play basketball, you know, you're not good at baseball. You know? You're not quote unquote an alpha male. The alpha males are people that get away with running their mouth because you're gonna take sides with them. So if I punch him in the mouth, I'm a loser. If I kill him and I'm an asshole, you're gonna cast me in prison. What the fuck do you want me to do? That's just your preference, god damn it. Don't make me look like a bitch because I'll kill you too, girl. Like, you're killing our community. You're killing our society. Our kids don't even want to be men no more. Thank you so much, women. And thank you for you weak ass men. You get double applause because you're fucking weak. They love you. They treat you with respect and you still just fuck it up for everybody because you're selfish. They only expect results. Only expect results. I don't expect, my result right now is that our people will live in their real life land, or at least have a way to visit and come back. I want to be able to study with really religious people for a long time. And they say, well, you do this, but we don't care. You're righteous. I think you're going to heaven. I don't want to be just you study saying bad things about me. Like, get the fuck out of my face with that shit. You know? They will tell you, I'm good. You know why? Because I used to have to do this, and this. But now I'm content because they finally have joy, peace, strength, happiness, purity. They will have followers. They have to have a high to mid stage. Well, mid to high. This means a platform. So people could say, I don't know what we think about him. Oh, and then 5 years later, whoa, this is why they were so adamant about getting to where they had to go in life. This person has hit their stride. They're coming into their own. And I think a lot of people hinder this type of thing. And they think they're hilarious because I can do it. What are you going to do about it? These people need to forsake a garment on this matter. Because you're messing with people's little children. They will not help you if you fail on purpose and mess them up. They will kill themselves because they think you're trying to ruin them. They will leave you with those kids, baby. I'm serious now. Because if you treat your husband as a prince, like he's a coward or he's weak, man, that dude will literally want to kill you. And I don't think you know, like, a lot of y'all ladies have been in fights, but you never fought a grown man before. And men fight different from ladies. Like, if a lot of you ladies saw Clarissa Shields, you wouldn't talk to her the way you would talk to a lot of these people. Because you know she would beat the shit out of you. You know, you'll talk all this shit about Ronda Rousey behind her back. But you're not in the fucking UFC. Ronda Rousey will beat the shit out of you probably. You know, that lady you gotta understand, they're going to the gym the way you go to a job to be able to whoop people. Leave these people alone. Let them have a clear mind. Let them have a clear thoughts with all this trolling. These people are trying to accomplish their goals because they promise things to their family. And I'm not saying anything about her opponents because I know she lost recently. But I'm going to tell you like this. I hope God blesses her opponent. Man, what is her name? She can beat me up for saying that. I know she's a Latino lady. And, well, princess or queen. Well, she's a queen. She's a world champion. They cannot, don't try to make them jealous. Because you know they will get jealous. They're jealous. And also, if they are jealous and you did it on purpose, you sinned. Because you know that's going to hinder their process. And most of them got this down, but it's just the, oh, what do I? Yeah. So don't hurt them. They need to be sharpened and prepared and forced. After prepared, they'll show the world greatness. A crown will make you, they will make you love them if pure, hate them if they're too powerful, because you won't be able to do anything about them. All right, that's enough of that. Back to the kings and queens. A king and a queen must command teams, coach, and if they perform, they're the number one or a respected veteran. They must be bestowers. You see how Carmelo Anthony just gave that car away? Like, he's a king to a lot of people. As you know, finances and friends, ain't no telling. Plus, he's even in a position with his friends in the league. Like, I'm sure he has more clout than a lot of people in the world. They're regenerators. They need sustainability. They don't need the guys around them that are just bragging because they're investing their money. They need people around them that know, hey, I'm really this person, I really have a life, and I'm really trying to help you, and I really want you to do this. And you got to say, okay, let me literally talk to you a week before, then I'm going to show you everything that's going to happen. Then you can see if this is what you really want to do. Due to all of this stuff that I just looked at, is this what you want? Or is that what you want? Is it because this is this person's livelihood and their career? They can diss you, but don't diss them back because they'll be humiliated or infuriated. Kings most can just give people advice. They need building blocks. They should not be intimidated, and should be kind, a lot of them. Their name should be known. Obama, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ben Carson, Michelle Obama. I'm sorry. There was a apostrophe S. So, Mr. and Mrs. Barack Obama. Mr. and Mrs. Sean Corey Carter. Mr. and Mrs. Ben Carson. You know, they have to be shielded, you know. Must be seen as an asset and will not pawn people. They make you a prince or a princess. You know, you have to give them respect. All right, now listen. I'll come back with the next one because this is a few pages, but I'm going to get into this next. Hopefully people are enjoying this, but I'm going to end this with saying, Our Father, who lives in heaven, holy is your name. Let your kingdom come. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us of our sins the way we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For you're the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Peace.